Now it's time to attach the sleeves onto the body of the sweater, but before I can do that I need to cast off some stitches in each side of the sweater to make room for the sleeve. I will cast off, here I made a marker earlier, this one marks the beginning of my row, this will be one side in the sweater. So in the sleeve I cast on 15 stitches, evenly distributed on this side and this side of the sleeve, when this was the first stitch in the row. So I will do the same here, and in the other side I will do the same here for the second sleeve. But I'm knitting a pattern here. It is 2 rows of only knit stitches and 2 rows of knit and purl. So I will try and match the pattern, and the way I do so is to find the sleeve, and this is the way it will go onto the sweater, because this part I have cast on will be attached to the part I cast on and I cast off. Sorry, this part I cast off the sleeve will be matched to the piece I cast off the body of the sweater. So the last stitch on the sleeve will be one that I knit and purl. So that means that the first stitch on the body of the sweater has to be one that is knitted all the time. So then I will count to approximately half of 15, so 2, 4, 6, 8. And there you can see, after 8 stitches I have one row here, one stitch that is only knit stitches. So as in the sleeve I will cast off 8 stitches in the beginning of the row. So I will just do that. I knit 2 and I slip the first one over. That I cast off 1. I knit 1 more. I slip the first stitch. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now the first stitch here remaining is a stitch with only knit stitches. It looks a bit weird now, but when I have knitted the entire row it will look like this. So here's the first piece that I cast off, and I will later match my sleeve like this. And you can now see last stitch here, knit and purl, first stitch here, knit only. So now I will continue and knit until I get to this side, and I will do the same. I'll take the second sleeve and I will try and match it so that I begin to cast off the right stitch, 7 or 8 stitches on this side, depending on what matches the pattern, and I'll continue until I have 15. I continue to knit my way around, and I'm pretty sure that if I count to 7 stitches here, then you can see that the last stitch before the sleeve is only knit stitches, And then if I take the sleeve, I'm guessing the first stitch here will be knit and purl. And it is. So this is how I match the sleeves onto the sweater. So I will continue to knit my row, and the next step will be to actually attaching the sleeves. I have now finished casting off to make holes for the sleeves. So there is one hole in each side, and I will now begin to attach the sleeves. And you would think I would begin with the first sleeve here, but when I knit the sleeve on, I have to start from here. So this will be the beginning of my row. I'll find my yarn because I had to cut it off, because I ended my casting off here in the middle. So I will just begin to knit until I reach this sleeve hole. So I will get back to you when I have knitted the first half of the body of the sweater. I have now knitted from the beginning of my row and halfway, and here is the hole for the sleeve. And now I take the sleeve and I make sure that this piece where I have cast off and this piece where I have cast off, that those meet. And then I will begin to knit with this needle. I find my yarn and I will just keep knitting in the exact same way to attach the sleeve to the body of the sweater. Make sure to make the couple first stitches a bit tight to avoid a big gap here, and then you just continue.